Hello everybody, welcome to my channel. Today's video I'll be reviewing this. This is DNA Design's DK-30 upgrade kit for WFC K28, which is this guy, War for Cybertron Kingdom Galvatron. Now I have the Legacy version and I will be putting this kit on the Legacy version because personally I think it looks a lot better without all the battle damage. So Kingdom Galvatron will be pushed off to the side. Hey, let's see what's inside this box. Inside the box, you get a sheet of instructions, which tells you how to install the various parts. Get some parts here in a little baggie. Inside the bag, you get 2 screws and this little sprue, which I believe are pinhole covers, and this little tool, which we'll figure out what it is for later. And in the plastic tray, you get a blast effect. It's a much more stiff plastic than the blast effects that come with War for Cybertron figures. A gun with some silver paint apps and a little hole for the blast effect. A pair of fists. Now these are articulated fists, which will replace the existing ones on Galvatron. A matrix holder with an actual chain instead of that molded plastic one that Galvatron comes with. A new front of the head, which is basically going to allow for alternative faces with Galvatron, and you get 3 of them. So you have this one, looks like a little smirk. This one has no expression, and this one where it looks like he's yelling or laughing. You get these 2 pieces to upgrade the lower parts of the leg, and last but not least, these 2 pieces. Here on the left, we have Galvatron without the upgrades, and on the right, Galvatron with the upgrades. And as you can see, side by side, there is a very noticeable height difference. I personally think the proportions on Galvatron with the upgrade look a lot better than without. It just seems like his legs are too short, and that's probably the biggest reason why I got this kit. Now you can see here, the matrix is attached to an actual chain, and I sort of have mixed thoughts on it because while it's nice to have it as a chain like this, it doesn't hang straight like so. When you have this plastic piece, now it does look a little cheap, but it holds the matrix up front like so, right? Yet with the chain here, it just hangs naturally, which of course it should because it's on a chain. I guess if you wanted to, there's a little notch here that you could tab it on, but then it hangs a little too high. Another option is to let the chain hang from here, bring it around, and it kind of hangs a little bit lower, but still a little too high. I don't know. I mean, the chain is kind of neat in that it actually is a chain, but I think I prefer this over the chain. Also included in this upgrade is a weapon, and it fits very nicely along with the blast effect for the weapon. And the other part that has been upgraded is his hands. So we did replace the hands. There's some articulation here on the pointer finger, and then 2 points of articulation on the rest here. As you can see here, his thumb is a little bit exaggerated. That is mainly so he can put it inside here to hold the matrix in. Let's get it there. You can see the thumb goes there, and let's get the other thumb in, and there you go. Here's Galvatron holding the matrix. So kind of a nice touch for the articulated hands. Now let's see if you can hold it without this little attachment. He can sort of hold it with his 2 index fingers, as you can see here. So that's kind of cool. You also get some peg hole covers for the back of the shoulders. Now, I think this was done mainly because earlier releases of Kingdom Galvatron had the misassembled shoulders, but with later releases of Galvatron and with Legacy Galvatron, they seem to have corrected that. The color matching is very well done. It looks like the exact same color, so that's kind of cool. Now on the feet, you get these leg extenders, and I think they work very well. They match the aesthetic of the legs, and the color matching is very good. So that's one cool part about it. And again, like I said, this is the main reason why I got this kit. Last but not least, the head has been upgraded so you can swap out for these alternative faces. So you get a total of 3 faces, and they actually just pop in the front. Now, replacing the face is a little bit troublesome, but they included this little tool that allows you to basically, I'm gonna push the head forward, and you're basically going to press the chin area carefully, and trying to get this on camera, to push the face out. So I have it here in this area, and then I'm pushing the front of the chin, and you can see it popped out like so. Let's turn them around, and from there you can change the face. Let's put this one on, and he has a little smirk. Not exactly the best mechanic for swapping faces. Maybe something magnetic would have been nice, but it's there. Let's do it one more time. So from the back, press, face pops out, and here is the last face where it looks like he's yelling. Personally, I prefer just the regular face, so I'll be using that and putting the rest away. And for some size comparisons, here is the upgraded Galvatron next to Kingdom Rodimus Prime. As you can see, there's quite a height difference between the two. Kingdom Ultra Magnus. Now, Galvatron now towers over Ultra Magnus. Before the upgrades, you can see Galvatron was a lot shorter, so quite a little growth spurt he got. And here is upgraded Galvatron next to Kingdom Ultra Magnus with some thigh extensions here, and I think both of them now look a little bit better proportion, but that is just my opinion. Okay, let's get the upgraded Galvatron in Canon mode. Here is Galvatron mostly transformed. I just want to show the changes to the transformation, very minor changes. One, you have to bring this part, so it's the new part of the legs to become the base here. Two, you got to bring this forward if you want to store the gun on the cannon by pegging it like so. Next, you can attach the matrix of leadership. I like to hang it around there and then tab it in like so. And last but not least, instead of having the cannon like this, you just leave it all together and attach it to the front. And this is the upgraded Galvatron in Canon mode. Now, personally, I'm not a fan of this, so I'd rather have it plugged in like so. And you have the blast effects here. And for this part, I do prefer it back. So not exactly a fan of having the gun over there. So I kind of prefer it like this, and maybe using one of these 5mm ports to actually attach and face forward. But that's just a personal preference of mine. So nothing really inhibits the transformation from the upgrades, which is nice. No parts forming at all. Now, if you have my upgrade kit to fill in the gap here, it still works in robot mode. But unfortunately, in Canon mode, it will not work anymore because there is no longer that clearance for it to go. So you'll just have to do that. So yeah, personally for me, that is the downside of the kit. I cannot use these arm fillers and store them anywhere in Canon mode. May have to redesign them. I don't know. We'll see. Okay, let's get Galvatron back to robot mode for my final thoughts. My final thoughts on the DNA Designs DK-30 upgrade kit for Kingdom and Legacy Galvatron. Overall, I think it's a pretty good kit. I mean, to me, the biggest draw of this kit is the leg extensions, because I think it makes Galvatron a lot better proportion. And if you got any upgrade kit to increase the height of Ultra Magnus, it kind of makes them a little more on par with each other. Other nice parts in the kit is the gun, very nicely made, nice paint apps, blast effects on it is very cool as well. You do get some parts that are not exactly what I think is required, especially with the later releases of Galvatron, like the pinhole covers. They're a nice add-on, but really not the main reason to get this kit. And of course, you get the matrix holder. The matrix holder with the chain, while it's a nice idea, I'm finding it's hard to get it in a nice display, I guess, pose, because the chain just really acts like a real chain. So the matrix just falls facing down instead of facing in the front. So I probably won't be using that part. You also get the articulated hands, which is also a nice touch, because you can also hold the matrix with those exaggerated thumbs. Unfortunately, my upgrade to cover the gaps in the arms will not work in its Canon mode, but still works in robot mode, so that's fine. And last but not least is the upgrade to be able to swap the faces. That is a nice touch. Again, not something that I was really looking for to upgrade my Galvatron, but it's there. Maybe that's something that is a draw to other folks, but personally, not for me. Also, swapping out the face plates is not exactly easy, as you require this tool to really apply some force from the back to just pop it off. Anyway, that is it for this video. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below, and thanks for watching.
If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and subscribe. Follow us on social media and check out our Discord. Links in the description below.